Hi guys, welcome back to vlog number two for my brand story. Last week, welcome back for one. Welcome back to my office. Today, the tea. This one is, I got in Japan, so it's authentic green tea from Japan. So it's all thin powder. If you like dirt, then you'll love this. Ugh. Yum! So I hope you enjoyed last week's vlog, all about knowing, it's one of the dogs, they've just left out the doggy door. I have a golden retriever and two sausage dogs. He really struggles to get out of the out of the door. Yeah, I have Aslan. Salty! Aslan! Hi, I'm here! Do you want to meet Aslan? Come on! Come on, up! Teeny! Up! Can you see him just pretty good? This is Aslan. He's my big baby. He's 8. And Teeny! Come here! Come on! This is Houdini. This is my sausage. He's so cute. So we have a menagerie here, 3 dogs. They're just like kids. I know your parents out there saying that they're not, but dealing with 3 strong personalities and that you just have to go with, it's definitely a learning for children. Anyway, back to my blog post. So with last week, we were talking a lot about brand person and understanding and working out what personality type your brand is. It's really about finding out what those personality traits are. And once you've identified that, then you'll be able to talk to your personality in your brand. So what we're really finding out here is the next stage is, well, who are the people that you're talking to? And what do they look like and what do they sound? Now, the biggest mistake that a lot of people make is they feel that, well, if I talk to everybody, then it's going to stick. And I call it the scattergun approach. So in my former life, when I worked for a big corporate, I worked in retail. When we did our marketing, it was, let's just have a scattergun approach. Let's try and see whoever we can get, spend as much money, we call it reach and frequency. Let's reach as many people as many times as we can and hopefully something sticks and they buy. That is called the scattergun approach. Not really identifying a key target market, but just going for anybody. We all don't have the luxury of spending thousands and hundreds and millions of dollars on advertising. And honestly, I don't even think it's that effective. We're now in the world where we can sniper. We can target our target market in their natural environment, see where they're looking, what they're doing, who they are, what they're associating with. We have all of that at our fingertips now, with the beauty of social media and advertising and even SEO and AdWords, all of these things, we can actually see our target market in their natural habitat, shall we say. So that's really, really important. And I think it's smarter. It's a lot smarter than it used to be, where it was a scattergun approach. So really what I was, looking at now with your target market is, in the old day, look at it this way. Let's target as many people as much as we can. But now, let's look at the pyramid. Who are the pointy end of our target market? Who are those people that take up the highest percentage of your sales? Because you don't want to alienate, but you need to picture someone in your mind. Just how last week you want to picture your brand as a person, you really need to picture your target market as a person. Because you think about it, if you're visualizing somebody, then you're going to have a much better way of targeting them, if that makes sense. If you've got someone like buying a birthday present for a friend, if you know them and you think about them, you know what they like, what they don't like, what they'll enjoy doing, what they won't enjoy doing, you've got it. You're picturing what will work for them. A brand is the same. You picture what will work for your target market. And it is as simple as that, but you've got to strip it all back and not overcomplicate it. So as I was saying, instead of looking like this and targeting If you are selling beauty products, every woman from 18 to 65, then that's way too broad. You need to then go, who are buying my products and who are the people that are going to repeat? And it's always about what they're spending and how often they're spending. They're the two most important things, and that's a service as well, and that's a product. It's anything. What are they buying and how often are they buying it at this pointy end? Have a think now and think about who that is for you guys, because once you start getting inside their psyche and what motivates them, then you sniper. It's not brrr, it's do. I hate to use an aggressive term, but it's visual. You're seeing it instead of just seeing something that will stick, you're actually getting them where they are, what they're doing, what they're looking for. And that is key. So what that does is once you've identified you, and you have to think about yourself first because you've got to know who you want to then associate with. So back to what I was thinking of talking about, the definition of a target market. It is your target audience. It is a person that you most want to talk to. And I think I talked about that before, but really identifying what that is, and it's so important. It's your consumer, it's your customer. Marketers would refer to it, all of that. Consumer, customer, target market, target audience, all of this. But it really is, who is the person that you want to be speaking to? Who is the person that spends the most with you and is most frequently buying from you? What is that group and how do you group it? It does sort of come back from the chicken and the egg. You know, you've got to identify yourself and then who you target to. Knowing yourself needs to know who you surround yourself in, which is your target market, the people that want to be associated with you and want to be your tribe members and want to push you up. But you've got to have an equal understanding of both if you are to connect and truly connect in an authentic way. If you sell a product that is, let's say, handbags, and your price point is medium. It's a medium price point, but you really, really want to target the people that are buying Gucci, the high end. You need to be realistic. You might want to target them, and that might be a target that you should go for, but you've also got to think about who are the people that are buying from you now. Have a look at them, what they're doing. Have a little research. Like after this today, go home, go back to your desk, have a look at who's following you. Get a little idea of what they are if you don't already. It's a really nice way to see what they're doing, what they like, what they post, who they're following. There you can start building who your community is, because you would have an idea of who's purchasing from you, and that is a good way to start, because then in turn you see what they like, and then you can build your brand as well and make sure it's in line with them. A couple of things to think about when you're talking to your target market. Important things to think about when you're trying to identify them, and I do go over this in my brand pack. We flesh it out, we work out, we identify who they are, their movements, their every action in their natural habitat. It's really, really important. But things I want you to think about, before that are these. My first one is, who are they? Who are these people? What do they look like? What do they do? Who do they resonate with? Who are they? Just easy as that. Have a think. The next one, what is their most pressing issue and desire? So, I use a friend of mine who's got a business, and she's my case study. Her brand is Alpha Basics. Her target market is a mum, stylish mums. And what are their most pressing issue? Well, they want to be fashionable, they want to be what all the mothers are doing, but they also want to provide their child a product that is long-lasting, practical, and usable, because that's something that they think about. And what is good for their child? That is the utmost important thing. So with your target market, you've got to think the same. So what is their most pressing issue or desire? Because once you get inside their mind in a non-creepy way, you can then start connecting with them. It's so important. It's so important. The next thing you want to think about is, where do they get their information from? Where are they finding all their information? Who are they going? Is it Instagram? Is it Pinterest? Is it online? Is it friends? Is it peers? Who do they associate with, and who do they actually listen to? And the next thing you want to think about is, what service do you provide for them? How can you meet their pressing issue and desire? What is it that you provide in a natural way, and how you connect? You've also got to think about, who do they distrust? You don't want to seem You don't want to be not authentic. You want to be authentic, put it that way. You don't want to seem disingenuous. You want to connect truly. So that by that, you need to see how they work and what they do. And then the last one is, who do they trust? Who do you want to align with? This can come down to, once you've worked out your target market, finding out who they align with, looking at them for ambassadors, certain influencers. I know with Georgia and Alpha Basics, she did Kim Kardashian and Miranda Kerr. They're aspiring mothers, they're workers, but they're also stylish, and they tick those two important boxes for her. So think about that for yours. There's a few little things. It's just a really nice way to think about who they are, what's their issue, who do they trust, who do they distrust, where do they search. Think about those. Write them down. It's really, really important. With my brand pack, we just like to dive deeper into it. We'd like to work out what they do for breakfast. We like to work out their habit, because when you work out their habit, you work out how you can then connect with them. I cannot stress it enough. It is, you don't want to, I know you're saying, well, I don't want to alienate these people. What if I target men and women? That's totally fine, and you can then sub-target for certain products. But as a brand, who is it that you're talking to? Only way to be authentic is to picture someone in your head. It sounds creepy, but bring it back to humans. If we are thinking about a person that we want to talk to or we're going to see, we picture their face. It's all about the face recognition. It's a powerful, powerful thing. So you think about that as a person when you're talking to someone, how you remember them. You do the same for your target market, because there comes back to the whole point of being consistent. If you're a consistent brand with a consistent personality and a consistent message to your consistent target, you see what's happening here? You're not this, you're this. Oh, how nice would that be? So good and so important. And you know what? So easy. It's just stripping it all back and really having that moment of thinking, who is this person I'm talking to? And you know what? You could evolve, you could change. The beauty of this brand pack that I've developed is should constantly review it and make sure that you as a brand are evolving. Your personality might have evolved. Your product might have gone from mid to high. So then you adjust your target market accordingly. Never wanting to alienate, but always wanting to target. I think a perfect case study example for that, which I thought, and I actually make reference in my brand pack, is there's a company where I'm from in WA, Perth, called the Little Posy Co. Check it out. It is gorgeous. This girl, she thought about what was it that would be so important to, I think it came from, she was a florist, and she was thinking about, okay, now a lot of people are time poor. They don't have time or want to call up, to make a booking, to spend $100 plus delivery. It's just too much effort, so that's a no-go zone. But there are people out there that are time poor, have a medium to high disposable income, probably around, mid-20s to mid-40s, and they just want to send someone that they're thinking of them. So an authentic, personalised gift in flowers, but not spending the world. But they don't have time to call, they want to enter it online, so enter the details, the personal message, and then pay at a reasonable price. So her pros is it ranges from 35 to 70 depending on the pack, and you actually write a message to your friend and it is delivered the very next day. The very next day, and she has a great story. She knows what she's all about. She has authentic messages. She goes about it. She goes to the florist every morning, the flower garden, or what is it called? Flower market. Picks what's in season, creates a posy, posts it, and then says, this is what's on for today. Right in the morning, you then post it and then it's delivered. How awesome. But she has thought about what is important to her target market and how it connect. They're time poor, they don't want to invest too much, but they also want to be personal. 3 most important things, and she's thought about this person and she's targeted them, and her product is so successful. I just noticed when I'm following her, she's now expanded to Brisbane. So it's Little Posy Co. Brisbane. It's an awesome model. She knows her target and she knows herself, and she hasn't tried to make it frilly or diversified. She's kept it simple and she's kept it to what her target wanted. None of this upselling, all this other stuff. She's been authentic to herself, her brand person, and her target market. And you can tell by looking at her, she knows exactly who she's talking to. So that's a good example. I really, really love what she's doing, and I'm sure there are so many more other people doing great things. You don't have to be a big business to have a target market. You could sell just at your local fair, your farmer's market. If you're just selling to local people, you still need to know what they are and what drives them and why they would purchase. So with that, I'm going to leave you with those 3 points. Thinking about who this person is, I want you to really think about who they are and where they look, what they trust, who they distrust, and what's their pressing issue. We build up on this in my brand pack. I have a whole week dedicated to target market because I do believe it is just as important as knowing your brand person. I guess, and knowing your brand personality and knowing your competitors, knowing USPs, all this stuff is in my brand pack, but it's all really important. But I've stripped it back and I've simplified it for you guys because it shouldn't be hard. But this document is about a tool that you can use in everyday decisions to keep consistent and to keep honest. Deanie, your collar is very jingly. Well, he's found a cushion and he's comfortable. He's staying there. But that is back to the brand pack. It is about using it everyday decisions and stripping out the marketing jargon because there's a lot and making it real for real businesses like you. The thing about a business, whether you have a beautician, if you're a concreter, whether you're a builder, whether you're a hairdresser, whether you do courses like I do, you need to know your brand and you need to know where you stand for consistency so then you can connect truly with your target market and know what stands out from others. If you haven't already, flick over to my website, find out all about my courses, and have a look at the subscribe now for my 20-point branding checklist. It's a bit of a ticking to see where you're at. It's a really good way just to see what you've thought about, what you haven't thought about, and gives you a little bit of insight of what the product that I offer does. I'm doing an amazing intro offer at the moment. Check it out. But if you have any queries or anything, follow me on Instagram. I love to hear your ideas. Send me an email. My details are in the website. Check it out. Otherwise, I will see you here at the same time, same place, talking about some good stuff for next week. So keep posted. I might even have a friend and a guest and actually a colleague that has helped me become live myself. And without her, I'd be lost. So stay tuned. I'm Claire from My Brand Story and I'll see you next week. Bye. The next question is I want to ask you, what do you think their most The next one I want to ask you is, what is their most Say it. Guitar?